Hello everyone, welcome back to Prompt and Process. I hope you're having a nice day. In our last video, we installed Python and wrote our very first program. Today, we are going to take a big step forward and talk about something called variables. Don't worry, it sounds a bit technical, but I'll explain it in simple real life examples. By the end of this video, you will know how to use variables in Python and we will build a small project together, a grocery bill calculator. Let's get to it. What is a variable? A variable is a name that stores a value, like a container or a box. Think of a variable as a container or even a box where you can store information. That information can be text, numbers, or even more complex things later on. For example, in real life, you might have a box labeled name with your name inside, a box labeled age with your age inside, a box labeled bank balance with how much you have. In Python, we create all these boxes, give them names, and store values inside them. Let me show you how. Let's go ahead and create variables. Now we've created three variables. Okay, so name holds a piece of text called string. Age holds a number called integer, a whole number called integer. Then balance holds a number with a decimal called a float. It's called floating point number or just float in Python. Before we go further, let me explain a bit about the syntax here. Basically, the rules of how Python wants us to write things. First, notice that this equal sign in Python, it does not mean equals like in math. It means assign this value to this variable. Okay, so when I write age equal to 25, I'm saying store the value 25 inside the variable called age. Okay, remember that variable it's like a container where you can store things. Okay, next, notice that when I used text like Alice, I put it inside quotes. This is because text is called a string, and Python needs the quotes to know that it's text. Name equal Alice. But for numbers like 25 or 102.50, whole number or decimal, no quotes are needed. So here I have age equal 25. With quotes, if I put quotes, Python will treat it as a text and not a number. The rule is use quotes for words and text. Don't use quotes for numbers. That's really all you need to know to understand Python variables. Example is Alice. Now, when I write name Alice and I say friend's name and I run it, here it is Alice in the console. So I gave Python a command to print name. Notice that there's no quote in name because the name is just a container. So I don't need to put quotes in. But let's say I'm writing print Alice, then I have to put quotes. Okay, so that is that. Now, integers are whole numbers like age. So if I come to age now, I'll say print age. The same thing, print age, and I run it. It will give me 25. Same thing here. Okay, print balance, and I run it. It will give me 102.5. So float numbers are like decimal, something like money, temperature, measurement. So just note that strings are like labels, word, text, integers are counts, okay, some whole numbers, and floats are measurements with decimals. It's that easy. Now, the fun part, we can actually do math with variables. Let's see a few examples. So let's just say x equal equal 10, y equal to, let's say, 3. I like to put spaces so that your work will be neat. It will not be muddled up. Now, remember that x is just a container variable. So x and y by the left, they are the containers. And what is by the right? These numbers, they are the values inside the containers. So, um, this is it. Now, let's do some fun maths with it. We come here and we write this. Okay. The first one is addition. We are going to be adding x and y. The second one, we are going to be subtracting, then multiplication, then we are going to do division with this variable. So let's go ahead and run this command. Okay, you can see in the console that the addition gave us x plus y, which is 10 plus 3. We got 3. The subtraction, we got 7. When 3 is multiplied by 10, we get 30, and we get 3.3 for the division. Now, this is how a variable works in Python. Python does the math for us and gives the result. Now, let's see some real life examples. Here we've assigned Apple, the container apples is containing 4. So apples is equal to 4, banana 6, then total fruits is equal to variable holding both apples and fruit is named total fruits. So we are going to print total fruits. Okay. Uh, Please be mindful of the syntax. Total fruits. We want it to display total fruits. That's why you can see them highlighted in green with quotes. But this one outside of the quotes is the variable. Remember, you don't put quotes to the variables. Python recognizes that. So we'll go ahead and run, and you can see the total fruits is 10. 4 apples and 6 bananas. We've just done our basic maths and Python give us 10. Variables makes it easy to calculate and keep track of information. Pretty easy. Now let's put this all together in a mini project, a grocery bill calculator. Imagine that you went to the store, okay, and now you bought apples for $1.20 each, bread for 2.50 each, milk for $3. Now let's calculate the total bill. So we are going to do this. I'm just going to paste this here to save time. So apple, the price of apple is 120, milk price is 250. Sorry, bread 250, milk is 3. But before I go further, let me you can see the grayed out text in line 1 and 2. This is a note in Python. When you want to write a note in Python, you put the hash sign before you type out the words. This is important because in case you're no longer working in an organization and there so that there can be some sort of seamless continuity, your notes makes it easier for the next person to understand what you're trying to do. Okay, even you sometimes you may forget. It acts as a reminder of what you're trying to do. Those comments or notes, they won't show when you run your commands. They are just there. So it's just for your reminder or anybody who comes across your code so that they will know exactly what you're doing. Fine. Let's go on. Now, here are the prices of the items. Now, let's go ahead and put in their quantities. Let's give a space. Then let's put the quantities. You can also see the heading is quantities is grayed out. Is a comment. So these are the quantities: 4 apples bought, 1 bread, then 2 cartons of milk. We are going to go ahead and do the calculation, the total cost. Okay, so here we want to add everything together and get our bill. Now we are printing it. Your total bill is equal to dash dollar, this amount of dollar. Okay, so we go ahead and run it, which is F5. So our bill is $13.03. You can see we've done our calculation. It calculates the cost of apple, bread, milk, and then adds them up. And there you go, a simple grocery bill calculator. You can change the prices or quantities, and it will always give you the correct total. And also, a bonus tip is that the previous version of Spider, F4, is a shortcut for run, but now it is F5. So bear that in mind. So that is your grocery bill calculator. Now, here's a challenge for you. Add another item like eggs or cheese to this grocery calculator. Set your own price and quantity, then update the total. Type in your results in the comments below. I'd love to see what you come up with. Awesome work today. You learned about variables, what they are, how to store them as text, integers, and floats, and even how to do math with them. Next time, we'll learn how to make Python talk to us using user input, and even learn more about Python syntax. So the grocery calculator will let you enter the items instead of us hard coding them. If this video helped you, give us a like, subscribe so that you don't miss the next lesson, and please do share with your friends who want to learn Python too. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Remember to upskill with confidence, one tool at a time. Have a pleasant day.